Hi guys, we're back again with Facts Only Extra. Again, it's a segment that is like a top-up for what you guys get every weekend. So we've been getting requests from people about how we ignore certain topics. So this topic is going to help us analyze certain topics as an extra on the episode you're going to get during the week. So this week we are talking about Wizkid Essence. The news broke earlier on Friday that Wizkid's Essence is about to get a remix with Justin Bieber, right? First things first, a couple of weeks ago I tweeted that Essence, if a remix to Essence is going to drop, the time has to be now because there's a 3-week or 1 month window that it has to be able to capitalize on the hype and the buzz of the record as potentially this summer record, the song of the summer. A lot of people came, they were arguing, oh, we don't need a remix, oh, the song is fine for what it is. It's already number 72, it's going to get higher. This, that. The thing is this, they were not wrong, they were just thinking with emotions. The number one thing you have to look at is this. Capitalism doesn't care about your emotions. Capitalism doesn't care about your needs. American music capitalism is focused on how Afrobeats can be big in America. And for Afrobeats to be big in America, there needs to be a breakout record that's going to chart as high as possible and crack the door open for the genre and to usher in a lot more Afrobeat stars to have more Billboard hits. And potentially to get a Grammy category for Afrobeats. Your emotions does not matter, or your emotions do not matter. Nobody cares. So at the time, I thought Rihanna was going to be a perfect artist for it. I was suggesting or hoping it was going to be Rihanna, but at this time, I also thought Rihanna might not be a great person for the record because of Thames, who is also going to benefit from the record and which is going to be part of her rollout as an artist, right? So, but we got a record, and at the time, a lot of people were saying, we don't want it because we don't want other people to say the featured artist is why the record is successful. But here's the problem with life. There have been models over the past few years. There have been different models of success, of crossover successes that have gotten bigger due to featured artists, or even emerging artists that have gotten their first #1 record due to featured artists. People don't, like I always say, a lot of people are music lovers. They don't essentially understand what music is, so it's natural or normal to think with emotions. The thing is this, you look like a record like Despacito that was made by Luis Fonsi, was good on its own, but then got a Justin Bieber remix, went to #1. You're looking at Mi Gente, big record on its own already, especially Latin America. Got a Beyonce remix, went crazy. You're looking at Savage remix, was good on its own. Got a Beyonce remix, went to #1. Now, you are looking at Wizkid. Now, this record has been fantastic on its own. Make no mistake, it was number 54 on the week that Wizkid announced that Justin Bieber was going to be on the record. Number 54, guys. Number 54. Now, if this record had already gotten on its own, but to penetrate and truly get to have mileage, right? This record needed a feature that is a superstar feature. Now, what is going to happen to this record from here on out? At least over the next 1 month, this record is going to crack the top 20 because it's Justin Bieber. It's basically like lifting the Despacito template and putting it on Essence. It's a smart idea by the label. They didn't even need to work. Sometimes you don't need to think too much. Just lift the working model and put it on something that works. And it's going to work. All things being equal, this record will probably crack the top 10. The only problem is that it depends on the records that are going to drop between now and say over the next 1 month. Now, Essence, even if there's a record between Cardi B and Lizzo, Cardi B and Lizzo are going to drop very soon, obviously that's going to be a chart topper. So with Wizkid and Justin Bieber, it might not exactly get the place, especially with people like Kanye West, Drake, Travis Scott expected to drop over the next few weeks. But even if it's still a top 10 place, it's still not a bad thing. Ideally, we all want this record to get to number one, and it still might get to number one. But the good thing about this is it's already a huge thing because this record is going to go nuclear from here on out. And the good thing is, you look at the trajectory of Latin pop. After Luis Fonsi got that number one a couple of years ago, what happened to Latin pop over the next 3 years was incredible. It wasn't just Luis Fonsi anymore. It was J Balvin. It was Bad Bunny. It was a bunch of other artists. These artists were having crazy numbers across streaming platforms. By 2018, you saw someone like J Balvin become the most streamed international artist on Deezer. The same thing in 2019. These things have a way of just crystallizing and benefiting the ecosystem. The same way, if this record manages to become a number one record, which is not impossible, over the next 1 month, what we're likely to see is this record moving by itself, getting to top 40, maybe top 20 again, then maybe top 10, stays in top 10. If one record were to drop, it probably go up again. That's what we're likely to see. But right now, even if it doesn't get to number one, what is going to follow from here is we're going to see a lot more. The ecosystem is going to benefit from it. People like Burna Boy, people like Davido, people like Tiwa Savage, Yemi Alade, Rema, all of these people, they are going to get some superstar placements with some heavyweight artists who want to have them on records that are going to be incredibly marketed. Not just album cuts anymore. They're going to see these artists on singles because everybody wants to have an Afrobeats hit. That's what is going to happen. You saw after the Despacito era, you saw people like Cardi B featured J Balvin and Bad Bunny on the record. The record going nuclear and getting to number one, has over 1 billion streams on YouTube now. That is the trajectory. It's not just about this record anymore. This record is going to open the door for a lot of things because you're going to see a lot more major labels that want to recreate that. If RCA is a Sony record label, you're going to say Warner wants to recreate it. You're going to say Universal wants to do it. That's how these things work. It's about the market share and it's about competition and it's about capitalism because all of them are going to benefit from the success of Afrobeats because they can then come here and come to Africa and then harvest a bunch of artists and even break other sounds, other African pop sounds in the global space. You're looking at maybe an Amapiano next. There's a chance Sukus and Makosa will come back. All these things, they are fantastic for the ecosystem. That's why this record is important. It's not just about the gloom and the glamour of it. It's not just about someone was right about saying it earlier. It's not about any of those. It's about how this is going to benefit the ecosystem. And that's facts on it.